Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it is August 5th, 2023. I'm up front towards the top of the property. And one of the things I was doing yesterday was doing some pruning of some spruce trees while they were pumping the drilled well using a compressor yesterday. So something I've been meaning to get to for several years is doing some pruning of some of our spruce trees. Because of a fungal disease that affects spruce trees, but really is very, the Colorado blue spruces are really devastated by them. And this is Rhizosphaera needle cast. So the fungal disease, where I bought the trees from, that's where I got it from initially, and it spread to all of the other ones. And it starts with the base of the trees, and I really wanted to keep the trees full like this tree is, so that we have all the branches right to the ground level. But what ends up happening is the needles themselves get infected with the fungus, and they just start dropping their needles, and then it starts to work its way up the tree as well. Other problems that we have with our spruce trees along the property line, now this is just to the side here, is we get opportunistic trees that with the birds in them all the time. So we get grapevines, the wild grapevines that start growing up in there, so I've got to get those out. I get small trees starting up in there as well. So it gets to be an issue. So one of the things I started doing yesterday was doing some of the pruning of all the lower branches and hoping, now this Colorado blue spruce here, this one is pretty severely affected, and there is another problem that we have, is we have the high winds on this part of the property. So the high winds end up causing the trees to tip over. So I've got, I think, 4 of my spruces, or 3 of the spruces along the property line here, along the road, are tipped over quite a bit. So this is a real challenge, getting in here and cleaning up all of the lower limbs, and hopefully they will do better once those are cleaned up. So I'm going to be going down the property line along the road there and cleaning up a lot of those. Those first couple of blue spruces, the ones at each end weren't nearly as affected, but it's something I've got to do. So what are the tools that I'm using to do this? I'm using a couple of tools that I know the sun was in the bad position there for the camera. Last fall I talked about 2 mini chainsaws. Oh, here's some of the scale I posted in a video. All the rust that slides off, and the whole area is just covered with all these flakes of rusty iron that have flaked off the inner surface of the well casing. So that's one of the things that we're plugging up the pump. Sorry about that, going on a tangent. The Natiddy mini chainsaw, small single handheld chainsaw. The Saker handheld mini chainsaw. This is the one I used yesterday, and boy, I used it for several hours. The battery really held up very well. Didn't have to tension the chain at all. But another tool that really helps is, what I do is I pile all the material up, and then I use Mini-Me with a grapple on it to come and pick them up and bring them down to a big hugelkultur pit. I'm not sure how to pronounce this name. Glazhai. So this hand pruner I bought a year ago, and I've been using this, and I haven't done any reviews on this one yet. But this really is one heck of a powerful hand pruner, and as much pruning as I've got to do, this thing works great. And this really takes down the big branches. So as I'm cutting let's say a 10-foot branch down, I will go ahead and use this pruner and cut it when the when the diameter of the branch is about 1 inch thick. I'll use this to make it so that it's the whole pile is only about 6, 7, 8 feet wide. And I also have another one that I didn't bring up today that I bought from that is a DeWalt hand pruner. It's a little bit more bulky than this one, and I really haven't given it any good trial, but I've used this one multiple times, and this one works pretty well. So that's one of the things I'm going to be doing today, is doing some more pruning and piling, and then moving those piles to the hugelkultur pit down and back. It's a beautiful day out today, and well, it's time I get to work. So here we go. So I just finished these two trees. No sooner did I get started and just get a few branches off of this blue spruce here, then a good friend of mine, John, stopped over. He has his own excavation company and septic tank pumping water sewage company as well. And he's always busy. He saw me up here, he swung in, snuck up on me and said hello, which was awesome. Don't get to see him very often. And so we chatted for quite a while. Then I went and had lunch. Then I came up here and actually got these done. So I guess probably it took me about an hour. I'm not really certain. But I pruned this blue spruce, and that's an ash tree there. And underneath this one, a whole bunch of young ash trees I had to prune out. Only a couple here, only a couple grapevines here. You can see trying to do this about 6 foot high. I could still get rubbed going underneath this, but trying to prevent the fungal disease from climbing up the tree at all. And over here, some good-sized grapevines that were really intertwined up there. There's still some segments of the grapevine that are still up there, but they're no longer going to get nutrients and they can just die up there. And hopefully this tree will do better as time goes on. Another Colorado blue spruce, but lots of short trees up to 6-7 foot tall that I pruned off as well. So when I started the video, I mentioned that I used the Saker saw that I did a video about last year. I did a video about the Saker mini chainsaw and the Natiddy, N-A-T-I-D-D-Y, this chainsaw here. This is what I used for these 2 trees. The Saker I used 1, 2, 3, 4 yesterday. Still had plenty of battery left. There's 2 batteries in each one of these. And I did I'll try to remember to put a link to the video that I did the review with this video, as well as the Saker. Both of them so far holding up beautifully. Didn't have to adjust the chains at all. Now I'm not down in the dirt or near rocks or any nails or anything. So these things cut through it like butter. And I will eventually do a good review on this one. This pruner here, I really like the ergonomics of this pruner here. K-L-E-Z-H-I, and I won't have a review for this yet, but boy, this is a bypass pruner. Really nice and strong, really cuts through heavy material. The DeWalt does as well, but I've just started using that, and I got a lot of pruning, a lot of trees to go through. I'd like to get through 60 trees this year before fall. Doubt that I'll get that many done, but hopefully I will. And then I've got the grapevines to prune and lots of whacking to do, so I can show you some of the other equipment that I'm using, such as my Ego hedger. I'm going to try to get the camera here. So this is my hedge trimmer from Ego. I've been using this a lot, really good. Of course, I love my Ego weed eater here with the carbon fiber handle. This is the best, I gotta say. Absolutely the best. But I also have this head. So this is a multi-tool head for Ego. I've got a broom that goes on it. I've got a pole saw and extensions that go on it. And I also have this, which works out pretty well, but it's a little rough to handle. So this is a hedge trimmer with an extension, and I have extra extensions as well for these tools. But I use those for some of the real tall weeds where I can walk along. It's still a heavy tool, a little bit bulky, but I've let everything grow up for years. But it is working, and I'll do video reviews on those tools. I really do like the Ego tools an awful lot. I have had trouble with one battery, and I'll make a video about that at some point in time in the future. But I think that's about it. I just wanted to show you what I'm doing, trying to combat the fungal disease, deal with the small trees that are shooting up as well. I'll probably show some of the, not the process of going through the ones up alongside the road, but some of the progress as I go along. I have a couple of those tree lines that just need, besides the Colorado blue spruce that are along the roadway, I've got 2 other rows of trees in the 2nd and 3rd food forest that really need pruning pretty badly. And these piles, I make these piles, this one's a pretty small one, that'll be 1 scoop with a grapple and mini-me, and this will end up being 2 scoops probably. But the grapple, moving these materials around is really nice, and it can go right into the hugelkultur pit. So that's it for today's video, folks. I hope you found something of value, and again, I'll put links to the where you can buy the Natiddy and the Saker mini chainsaws. They're both excellent. I absolutely love them, and I'll put links to the 2 reviews that I did in the past, last fall, I believe. But I've gotten to use them more hours now, and I really like them a lot. Minimal things I have to do to take care of them. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much, and stay safe. Bye-bye.